good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, whatever time y'all watch this, man. It's time for Cevere's Singles, man. You know, I do this every month. At the end of the month, going into the next month, I talk about, reflect on the previous month of the hottest singles that I believe are the hottest singles. So if you don't see your single in my description, put it in the comments, all right? You know what I'm saying? I can't hear everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, listen, I only got 2 ears, man. I only got 2 ears. But we're going to go into October 2022, hot singles. I want you guys to check out not just the groups and the artists, but their actual projects. So I'm going to talk about their projects, but I'm going to highlight at least one single. Not saying they only got one single. They got various singles on there that are fire. And that's why I'm bringing out the actual album titles as well. So there's no order. So don't be like, oh, he put so-and-so number one. There's no order, man. Just listen to good music, quality music. Severe Singles, October 2022 edition, hot single. So if you don't see, music that you love, put it in the comments. Stop playing. All right, number 1, Flea Lord. Flea Lord been doing it for a long time. Put out an album called Ladies and Gentlemen. I want you guys to go check that out. Single I'm gonna reflect and take off is We Was Getting It Off, and it's produced by Ghost Dave. So go check out Ghost Dave. Go check out everybody I mentioned. They got tons and tons of discography, but Flea Lord been doing it for quite some time, and y'all know he got a discography that runs like to Egypt, man. It goes all the way to Egypt. Like it's a lot of miles on his discography. So check out Flea Lord, shout him out. Number 2, UFO Feeve. I know y'all been hearing about that. I've been tapped into him for a while. With producer Finn, Finn. They got an album called Blood on the Bills. Blood on the Bills. I took A1 credit. That's the song. I took A1 credit. Go check out that single. It's the first song on the album, I believe. Go check that out. Number 3, Salt in the Game presents. Now, shout out to Salt in the Game. You know what I mean? She presents the Underground Renaissance Volume 1. Alright? I took off the song Carried Away featuring J.R. And that's Jarrr. It's 3 R's, man. Don't forget the 3 R's, man, for J.R., man. Great MC. You know what I'm saying? I mixed it up a little bit. Number 4 is Willow. Willow Smith. You know Willow. She got an album called Coping Mechanism. I took off the single Curious/Furious. And this is produced by Chris, I'm going to say Gretty. I believe it's Chris Gretty. All right. Number 5. And I'm going through these pretty fast because I got a lot. It's like, I got like 25 of these, you know what I'm saying? So, number 5, Jay Nice got a project with producer Machacha. And it's called Heightened Senses. Now, Jay Nice been working too. Jay Nice got a couple of albums out this year, so go check him out. With various producers and just, you know what I'm saying, go check out Jay Nice. I took off the single Black Magick off that album. Heightened Senses is the album. Number 6, OT The Real. Yeah, I know OT The Real been like in my rotation, so shout out to OT The Real. And I took off the single Respect, and it's off the album No Matter What. No Matter What's the album. I took off the single Respect, and it's with producer Dougie OTB. All right. Number 7, Nonazz. Now, Nonazz is a producer, so like you're gonna hear some of these producer albums. Like these producers are coming out with albums, and they just got various MCs on it. So producer Nonazz got an album called Traffic. All right, go check it out, Traffic. And I took off the single Lost Love, and it's featuring MC Patty Honcho. His name's Patty Honcho, not MC. He's an MC. Patty Honcho. Go check him out. Patty Honcho been tearing up the features recently. And he got a couple of albums you gotta check out too. So check out Patty Honcho. Number 8, Smoke DZA. Smoke DZA been working too. Smoke DZA got a podcast, and he's still rapping like crazy. His album's called 10,000 Hours. And I took off the single I Wish Heaven Had a FaceTime. Seems like a personal song. Sounds like he lost some people, and you just wish you could see him again. So it's a clever title, clever song, and that was produced by Levy Gray. So Smoke DZA, 10,000 Hours. I Wish Heaven Had a Facetime. I'm saying produced by Levy Gray. All right. Number 9, R.J. Payne. You can't leave R.J. Payne out. He put out a dope project. R.J. Payne and Stu Bangas. Go check it out. So it's like the life and the day of R.J. Payne, and he just does like he just raps about the day. It's dope. It's dope. So R.J. Payne, Stu Bangas. I took off the single. The album's called My Life Is a Movie. My Life Is a Movie. And I took off the joint. I was like, which one am I gonna take? Which one am I gonna take off? Because they always pretty good. I took off Staten Island Vibe. So check out that single. Number 10, Knowitall and Skip the Kid. Now, Knowitall is the rapper, MC. Skip the Kid's the producer. Look into these people. I'm telling you. Listen, when I'm talking about this list, I'm talking about these people for a reason, man. They either like future stars or they already stars. I'm telling you. So Knowitall and Skip the Kid. The album's called Music Saved Me 2, Part 2. Now, this is the second time they did a project together. I think the first time they did 6 joints. This time they did double or a little bit more. Maybe I think they did 15 or something like that, 17 tracks. Something like that. They did a couple more tracks, and they like, you could tell they're getting into that groove. So Knowitall, Skip the Kid. Music Saved Me 2. The song I took off was Whodini Died. Now, it's clever. It's clever because y'all remember Whodini, Friends. How many others have them? Let's be friends. He just saying Whodini died, but he's basically saying Whodini lied too. Like he's saying, yo, friends ain't shit, basically. So whatever. So go check out the single. Number 11, another producer on the rise is Filip. I'm gonna say Neuf. It's Neuf. Neuf. Filip Neuf, I think. They're gonna correct me eventually, right? The album's called Riviera Arkestra. Like orchestra. And the song is called The Paradox of Hedonism. Hedonism. I don't think you know a bad name, but Hedonism. Hedonism. Featuring Patty Honcho. Now, like I said, Patty Honcho's been tearing up the scene. He's been like jumping on features this year, so you might hear his name a lot. 12, another hot producer besides Filip is Skip the Kid. I talked about him earlier. Now, he put out his own project called Skip the Kid and Friends. Skip the Kid and Friends, and the album's called F Your Beats. I try to keep it kid friendly, man. It's called F Your Beats, and the song's called Seeing Threes. Now, Seeing Threes. Now, this is incredible because it has Blaq Chidori on it, Unruly, and Mourning Run. So these are 3 of the MCs that have been on the rise recently, as well as Patty. So you got Blaq Chidori, Unruly, and Mourning Run. It's called Seeing Threes. It's dope. All right, number 13, Your Old Droog. You know, I've been tapped into Your Old Droog for quite some time. The Yodfather. It's called The Yodfather. And the project's called The Yodfather. The song is called WW3 Freestyle. So WW3, like the wrestling, right? Produced by Forte and, of course, Your Old Droog. So he also produced it too, and co-produced it. Number 14, let's get it. I told you it's a long list, man. I tell you, I be listening to music. I be listening to a lot of music, man. 14 is Numbs and Furious Styles. I just had them on the show, so go check out the interview. Numbs and Furious Styles, man. Numbs is the rapper and the producer, but he don't produce on this one. So Numbs produces too, but Furious Styles is the heavy producer on this one here, and it's called Reloaded Deluxe. They had an album earlier that came out called Reloaded, and they did a deluxe. They did 6 more songs. It's called Reloaded Deluxe, and I took off the song How I'm Feeling. Very personal song. Great song. It's one of them songs that make you feel. How I'm feeling. Makes you feel. Number 15. Now, back with Sweetie and Furious Styles. Now, you're going to hear Furious Styles. You're going to hear that name a lot, too. I'm telling you, Furious Styles is a great producer. So, you got back with Sweetie and Furious Styles. Now, this is a project that Back with Sweetie just released. It's called Sweetie Got Styles. Now, you know, Sweetie Got Styles. Styles P, you get it? Love the title. I took off the song Good Girl Gone Bad. Now, go check it out. Go check out that EP as well. Now, back with Sweetie can rhyme. She can rap. She can rap. Stop playing, man. She rapping. I ain't even gonna say she out rapping all these dudes out here too. Speaking of women that's out rapping dudes, Shay Noor, she puts out The Last Remnants. And I took off the song Therapy Session, produced by LT Beats. So shout out to Shay Noor. 17. Don't forget about Rockness. Rockness, man. Rockness Monster, man. Come on, man. You got something with Ron Brown's producer. Y'all know Ron Browz, man. Ron Browz with the BROWZ producer. They put out something called Ether Rocks. And I took off the single, The Answer. So you go check out the whole project, but that single, The Answer, is dope. Now, since we in the streets, Jeezy and Drama, man. Jeezy co-host DJ Drama. He's co-hosting, you know. He's just yelling around. Listen, shout out to DJ Drama. You know what I'm saying? He must drink a lot of tea, man. I'm just saying. They got a project called Snowfall. And I took off the single Still Having. Now, this is produced by Justice League. So check out Justice League, all right? Check out the whole album. It's, you know, like I said, it's co-hosted by DJ Drama. He's all over it. Jeezy's rapping, and then you got various producers, all right? Speaking of Drum, 19, Drum, the artist Drum, D-R-A-M, the artist Drum. Got an album, not even an album, it's an EP. It's an EP called What Had Happened Was. What Had Happened Was. Now, he's been doing more singing and rapping, which is still dope. Still dope. He sings, he raps. He's an artist, you know. So Drum, and I took off the single Let Me See Your Phone, you know. And it's produced by Shelly Smith, who is AKA Drum. So he self-produced. He's starting to self-produce and put out projects. Hopefully he puts out an entire project, hopefully, off these EPs and singles. That's what it seems like he's doing. He's like putting out 2 songs, 3 songs. I don't know what he's doing. But hopefully he puts out a whole album self-produced by himself. Because it sounded good so far, you know. Number 20, Boldy James and Future Wave. Now, producer Future Wave, go check him out. He's been on various people's projects. He's been putting out projects, man. He put out a couple of my favorite projects with other rappers. I know you're gonna get into that, but check out Future Wave. So Boldy James, they got a single out on. It's only a single. I don't know if they're doing a whole album together, because usually Future Wave does albums with people. So maybe this is the first single from the album that's coming out. So Boldy James, Future Wave, it's called Could Be Worse. Go check out that song. Now, number 21. We're going to get into the singing bag a little bit, man. DBSN, I'm pretty sure they're down with Drake. They're down with the Oval Team, or whatever it's called. DBSN, the album's called Working on My Karma. And the song is called If I Get Caught. So you got to listen to this whole album. This album is fire. DBSN, this album's fire. Now, this is produced. I got to give Jermaine Dupri. He's been kind of quiet for a while. Shout out to Jermaine Dupri, man, be quiet. But he's produced this whole album with a couple other producers, but pretty much Jermaine Dupri, I believe. But this is produced by Jermaine Dupri, 1985. That's another producer. And Brian Michael Cox. Okay, those are the 3 producers on that particular song. And those 3 producers pretty much do, I think, most of the album, but there's other producers as well thrown in there doing other songs as well. But on every track, you see Jermaine Dupri producing. So shout out to DBSN and Jermaine Dupri for putting a solid piece of work together. All right, number, what's it? 20, I said 21. Now I'm on 22, which is Rufus Sims. Now, Rufus Sims is a new artist for me. Shout out to I Am God. Shout out to artist I Am God from Chicago. And I believe Rufus Sims is from Chicago too, I believe. So Rufus Sims, you got an album out. It's dope. And it's this song's featuring Great God. And it's spelled GREA8, then GAWD. I don't think they play in the word. They play in the word God, but they're not saying that God's like that. So like I Am God, spelled GAWD too. So this is Who Sent You. That's the album title. Who Sent You by Rufus Sims. I took off the single Horoscope. Horoscope. It just fits for October, right? Horoscope produced by Scripts the Lot. Scripts the Lot. Scripts the Lot. Now, Scripts the Lot did pretty much most of that album, so go check it out. Great project. Rufus Sims, man. Like you would go, what's this? Rufus Sims? What's this? In the cover, he looks like a singer. It looked like he about to start singing to you like Barry White or something, but great rapper. All right, so that was 22. 23. Another producer. I'm telling you, these producers are coming out. These producers, they're putting out some work, man. They're getting a couple of MCs or just their beats alone and instrumentals keep me in tune. So Skell Beats, like Skeletor. Skell Beats. He got a project called That's Not My Skeleton. Go check out this project. That's Not My Skeleton. You're going to go crazy about this project. I like this project. It's one of them projects that you don't think it's going to be good, but it's good. Like, well, you're surprised. Be honest, he's new to me. This producer's new to me. So, like, you go, another new producer or another new rapper. You know, you kind of go, So you listen to him. But I was like, whoa, my eyes was like this. I look like buckwheat when I was listening to this album. So, Skell Beats, check him out. That's Not My Skeleton. The song I took off was Have Mercy. Have Mercy. This is featuring Patty Honcho and Backwoods Sweetie. That's all I got to say, dog. Yo, I'm telling you, these are some of my favorite rappers that's rapping, and they got something together. I didn't think they're going back and forth. That's all. And they rap. These are rappers, man. They rapping. You know what I'm saying? Backwoods Sweetie and Patty Honcho putting some work on this joint. All right, the last joint, number 24. And I do listen to trap music. I do listen to bounce music. I do listen to all that stuff once in a while. I don't get too much into it. Usually they don't make the album cuts. Usually I listen to a whole album and I go, okay, they might got 3 joints. They might got 5 joints. They got to have a certain amount of music to pass my I'm going to view the whole album type of shit. Like when I review an album, I'm listening to it various times. So if I say I'm reviewing your album, I'm listening to it a lot, over 10 times probably, because I'm trying to dissect it. I'm trying to hear all the lyrics. I'm trying to hear all the sounds you use. I'm trying to see if you sampled James Brown or Patti LaBelle. I'm just like listening to the music. But, I had to put this on there recently, if you guys all know, Takeoff was killed recently. And prior to that, Quavo, and rest in peace to Takeoff, and condolences to his friend, his family, and everybody. It's a horrible situation. Horrible situation. But Quavo and Takeoff did do an album prior to this happening, and it was called Only Built for Infinity Links. I'm sorry, Only Built for Infinity Links. It's playing off the title of Only Built for Cuban Links, which is Raekwon and Ghostface. So, Only Built for Infinity Links. I took off the song Bars into Caption. It's called Bars into Captions. I like this song. It's produced by Quavo and Buddha Bless. So shout out to Buddha Bless. And like I said, R.I.P. Takeoff, man. I had to put a song on there, not just because he passed away. I was listening to the album. To be honest, I listened to the album. I've been listening to the album. I listened to the album. They got some hits on there. But it's one of those albums that just doesn't make my album review. So I said, let me go back to it. You know what I mean? Look at my rotation of the songs I did take off it and choose a song and give him some shine, man. And just take off some shine and just keep his name relevant. I'm trying to keep his name relevant in a good light, not a bad light. I'm trying to keep his name in a good light. And hopefully I can do that by giving him some shine and giving him some props on some of his music. Because he's a musician. And like I said, condolences to Takeoff's family and friends and whoever loved him and whoever knew him. And there's nothing really to save him, and just stop the violence in hip hop. And it's not about hip hop, just stop the violence. It's black on black violence. Really got nothing to do with hip hop. But since we're talking about hip hop, I'm just saying, I'm thinking about KRS-One, stop the violence in hip hop, like all that. But just y'all gotta relax out there, man. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, man. But I'm not gonna get on my podium today. But yeah, like I said, condolences. And shout out to all these rappers, man. Shout out to all these producers. I think it's producer year. I think 2022 is when the producers are coming out. The woodwork producers are just coming out, man. Producers are shining this year. They're coming out with their own projects. A lot of MCs are wishing to be on these producers' tapes and projects. And shout out to all the producers that I mentioned. Shout out to producers that I didn't mention. If I missed any producers or any MCs, please for October. This is for October only, man. Come on, this is for October. If they came out yesterday in November, like, relax. I'll get to them hopefully. But October 2022 hot singles. This is the Cevere singles. Now got me reminiscing about Takeoff. Kind of depressed right now, but alright, y'all, man. Keep putting out that good music, man. Put out these hot singles. Like, if you don't see your single or your artist, your favorite artist, if I haven't said your favorite artist or your favorite artist is not in my description for last month, October, throw them in there. I'll check them out. I'll still check them out. Alright, man. It's Marquis Walker, man. I'm getting out of here. Practice more love than hate, man. That's all I can say, man. That's all I say, man. Support if you can. Support the gear if you can, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how I live. I mean, that's how I feed my kids. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I'm out. Peace out, yo. One love. One love.